How many of you guys would like to know exactly how to mitigate or even possibly eliminate that anxiety in yourself and others so that you can get the clients to buy now, get your children to do their homework and their chores now, get the person that you're in love with to be in love with you now, get yourself to eat the foods that you know you should be eating now, get yourself to create better exercise habits now. How many guys want to know how to do is this. Okay, for every single person that is watching this, okay, go ahead and hit the share button. If you're seeing this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and share this out. Okay, hit the notification bell. But the first thing I want to do is this. Okay, every single one of you who's excited, somebody type "I'm excited." Okay, in the chat box. Every single one of you who's ready, somebody type "I'm ready" in the chat box. Anybody who is believing for something big for the end of this year, we are 6 months in, okay? And I really want to talk to you really, really quickly, because every single one of you who's watching me right now, I believe that you have a dream, okay? Every single one of you who's watching me right now, I believe that you have a goal. And sometimes when things don't go as planned, okay, we start to give up on that goal. We start to shrink our faith. But what I want to tell you guys is this. What it is that's going to happen next, whatever your goal was that you started to doubt, that you started not to believe in, I want you to double it. Somebody type double it in the chat box. Come on, somebody type double it in the chat box. Okay. The goal that you were starting to doubt, the goal that you started to, say, hey, you know what, maybe this won't work. I want you to double it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Somebody type double it. All my goal is this. Okay, is to give you the information, is to give you the value that's going to help you accomplish your goals, whatever that may be. Okay, this is a platform teaching you success principles, teaching you God principles, and it's applicable to everything, man. So one last time, if you haven't already, go ahead and share this out. Guys, if you're on Zoom, you're going to be able to see my slides. If not, okay, I posted the Zoom link on my story in case you want to go and get the Zoom link. But the first thing is this, okay, getting into it. Goal today is to be effective, not eternal. We're talking about overcoming fear and becoming more influential. Guys, let's really go ahead and get into that. I don't want to waste any time. The first question I have for you is this. Okay, have you ever allowed fear to stop you from reaching your full potential? John, I see you, man. Okay, Malik, I see you. Eddie, I see you. Let me ask you a serious question. Like, let's just get real. It's just you and me for 1 hour. Okay, it's just you and me for 1 hour. Let's have an intimate, real conversation. Have you ever allowed fear to stop you from reaching your full potential? Let me make it easier for some of you. I will be the first to say yes, absolutely. How many guys know it takes courage, okay, to go out there and chase your dream? Somebody type yes in all caps in every single chat box. How many guys understand that it takes belief to go out there and actually say, you know what, I'm not going to do the regular. You know what, I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. You know what, I'm going to actually go out there and change the stars in my family tree. Okay. You know what, I'm going to be the first one to go out there and go to college, right? And become a multimillionaire. Okay. And become a business owner. How many guys know that takes courage? Somebody be honest. Somebody be real with me. Type yes in the chat box. Guys, that's what I want to speak to today. And the second question I have for you is, how many guys allowed that thing to overtake you? You felt overtaken with fear. So you said, you know what? I'm not going to go after the dream. I'm not going to go after the goal. I'm not going to start the business. I'm not going to go to school. Okay. How many guys ever been there before? I will be the first to say, yes, absolutely. I have been there. Okay. And I'm not saying not to necessarily have fear, but I'm going to show you, okay, how to overcome it. You know, they say courage is not the absence of fear, ladies and gentlemen, but rather the mastery of it. Okay, so let's move forward. Have you ever seen someone else allow fear to stop them from reaching their full potential? Those of you who are leaders on the call, those of you who are leaders of leaders, and you're developing other people, how many guys have ever seen somebody else allow fear to stop them from reaching their potential? You know somebody, you're like, she's so talented. You know somebody, you're like, he's so gifted, okay? But they allow fear, right, to stop them from reaching their full potential. Guys, you know, they say fear is just false evidence appearing real, right? So you're allowing something that's not even real to stop you from getting to where it is that you want to go. How many guys, again, either you, and I'm going to ask you this question one more time, either you or somebody else that you know, that you love, that you care about, have allowed fear to stop you from reaching your full potential? Somebody type yes in all caps. Okay, be honest. So, those of y'all who's just fearless, okay, I can't relate to you. Maybe this call isn't for you, okay? Maybe to becoming more influential be a little bit more for you. But I need you to understand something. There is a way to overcome it. I'm going to talk about it. So let's first define fear. We got to have a working definition to understand exactly what it is. Guys, fear is an unpleasant emotion, okay, caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. So let's focus on that. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, is only possible if there is a real danger, a real cause of pain or threat. Meaning if there's no danger, if there's no threat, ladies and gentlemen, then you can't really be afraid. That's not actually fear. What you may have believed to be fear, ladies and gentlemen, is actually anxiety. Okay. So give an example. If you're in a if you're in Florida, like my man JP, who's on the call, he tells me about the gators out there all the time. Okay. If you're in Florida and maybe you're golfing and the golf ball, okay, rolls past the gator, well, I recommend you maybe just let the gator have the golf ball. Okay. That's a real reason to be afraid. That's a real reason to have fear. But ladies and gentlemen, being afraid to start the business, being afraid to chase your dream, that's not really fear. What you have, ladies and gentlemen, is anxiety. That's what it is. Okay. And I'm going to talk about a little bit more what that means and how to deal with it. But how many guys ever had some anxiety? Yes. Somebody type been there in the chat box. Okay. Somebody type been there and all. We on Facebook, we on Zoom, we on Instagram. How many guys ever had some anxiety before? You start to think about your goals, your ambitions. You're like, man, it's so big. And you just feel like it's so large and you feel like the task is so huge. How many guys ever, had a little bit of anxiety? Okay. The question I have for y'all is this. Okay. How many of you guys would like to know exactly how to mitigate or even possibly eliminate that anxiety in yourself and others so that you can get the clients to buy now, get your children to do their homework and their chores now, get the person that you're in love with to be in love with you now, get yourself to eat the foods that you know you should be eating now, get yourself to create better exercise habits now. How many guys want to know how to do that? Somebody type I'm ready in the chat box. Okay. How many guys want to know how to influence yourself, how to influence others to get them to do things now? Okay. I'm going to show you very, very simply and specifically how to do that. How many guys are ready? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, when we uncover this, when we break this down, I need you to understand something. We will have literally unlocked, okay, the secrets to overcoming fear, which is really anxiety in this case, and becoming more influential. Okay. So I need you to understand something. People, guys, only do things for one reason, and it's because they feel like it. Okay. I'm going to say that again slowly. Those of you guys who are taking notes, the only reason anybody ever does anything, guys, is because they feel like it. Right. I need you to understand something. Your clients are going to buy because they want to buy. Your children are going to do their chores because they want to do their chores. Okay. People are going to go to the gym and eat healthy because they want to, ladies and gentlemen. Right. They simply felt like doing those things. How many guys would agree with that statement? How many guys know that when you go to the gym, you're doing it? Maybe you don't want to as much as you want to eat ice cream, but guess what? You want to go more than you don't want to go. Okay. Those big achievers who are on the call, those of you who have ever done something big, right? Like I know my guy Sean is on here. Okay. Hooper, D1 Hooper. Okay. Maybe he didn't always want to go to practice, but guess what? He wanted, okay, to accomplish his goals in that space. He wanted to accomplish his goals in that field. You do things because you want to do them more than you don't want to do them. That's the only reason why. So listen to me. Every single one of you who's watching this, I'm going to show you how to get, okay, how to essentially create an environment where people want to take action, right? So that you don't want to have to actually be pushy with them. How many guys want to know how to do that? How many guys want to know how to influence people to do things in their own best interest without being pushy? How many guys ever felt that way about sales? You felt that way about a relationship. You want someone to do something. Okay, you're developing a team, you're developing leaders. You want someone to do something, but you don't want to come off as pushy. How many guys ever strayed away from certain fields and professions because you're just like, I don't want to sell people? Okay, I'm going to show you how to sell without selling. I'm going to show you how to influence without being pushy. So really, guys, the question to ask yourself is this: how do I create an environment that causes me, okay, in the people I'm serving, alongside to do things that are in their own best interest? Okay. How many guys want the answer to that question? Okay. Somebody type yes in all caps in the chat box. Okay. How many guys want to know the answer to that question? How do I create an environment that causes me, the people I'm serving, and the people I'm serving alongside to do things that are in their own best interest? Okay. How many guys want the key to that? I'm going to show you. So first, and again, we're about to speed up. Okay. I don't want you to miss what it is that I'm saying. How we perceive the facts. Guys, the first thing is this: we will see something or we will hear something. We first observe the fact through our ears or our eyes. I like to call it my ear gate and my eye gate. Okay, because through those gates is how it will get into your heart, how you will actually perceive that information. So that's number one. We observe the fact through our ears or our eyes. Okay, we then put a frame around that fact, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we then put a frame around that fact. Let me give you an example of what that really means. For those of you who are maybe, you see something that happens in your life, you're going to look at that thing. And how many guys ever heard this statement? The glass is half full or it's half empty, right? How many guys ever heard that statement? Somebody type 777 in the chat box. The glass is half full or the glass is half empty. But it's about how you look at it. How many guys know somebody, you got a friend, they're just so negative? How many guys got a business partner, they're so negative? How many guys got, a family member, they're just so negative? Everything that happens, they always see the glass is half empty. Everything that happens, they're always like, yeah, but I'm gonna just play devil's advocate. How many guys know somebody that every time you say something good, they just got to remind you of the bad? Okay. That's called looking at the negative side of the frame, because you're going to put a frame on it, right? And there's two sides to every coin. Okay. But we put a frame around that fact in the form of a focus. So there you go. Comes in through the ear gate, comes in through the eye gate. Next thing you know, okay, we have now put a frame around the fact. We've decided how we're going to look at that fact. The fact, ladies and gentlemen, in the frame around it really is the focus. Okay, so when we say frame, what we mean is our focus. The purpose of a frame, ladies and gentlemen, is to create a focus on what's inside the frame. Okay, so there are positive and negatives to every single frame that we create. How many guys are following me? Am I talking too fast? Somebody let me know. If you with me, okay, somebody type I'm with you in the chat box. If you with me, type I want to make sure I'm not losing anybody. Okay. So we observe the fact through our ears or our eyes. We then put a frame around that fact, which is really our focus. Okay. And there's a positive and negative. You got some people who tend to focus more on the positive, some people who tend to focus more on the negative, and hence we have winners and losers. Okay. Let's move forward. Guys, faith and doubt defined. Okay. Many of you guys, how many guys have ever heard this? You've heard that faith was actually the presence of belief and doubt was actually the absence of belief. Or how many guys heard that before? Faith was the presence of belief and doubt is the absence. Well, can I tell you the truth about that? Okay. Faith, ladies and gentlemen, is belief, and doubt, ladies and gentlemen, is also belief. So I'm going to teach you, every single one of you right now, okay, what is basically the outcome, okay, of having faith or doubt. I'm going to show you how you can actually manufacture more faith and more doubt. It's up to you. It's a choice. Faith, ladies and gentlemen, is the belief in the outcome I do desire. Doubt is the belief in the outcome I do not desire. Okay. But faith and doubt are very much so both belief. So again, I need you to understand something, because every single one of you, I want to say something to you. Maybe someone should write this down. All I need is within me now. Okay. And I want to say that to you from the bottom of my heart. And I want you to take that and I want you to begin to repeat it to yourself in your darkest hour. All I need is within me now. Okay. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. Guys, why is that so important? Is because we tend to believe that, you know, everything we need is on the outside of us. How many guys ever been there? You feel like you don't have the tools. You're not from the right family. You're not necessarily from the right side of town. Okay. Let me tell you something. All you have is all you need. Okay. Everything you have is enough. Right. So the reason why I say that to you is because you can have faith or you can have doubt. But it's just how you look at it. Right. There is no good or bad, but it's only your belief that makes it so. Okay. So number one, whatever you're after, whatever you are wanting to achieve, whatever you are wanting, because again, do I have some dreamers on the call? Somebody type yes. Just I need a reminder. I just need to know that I am talking to the right people. Do I have some dreamers on the call? Do I have anybody who's excited on the call about something, anything? Okay. I need you to understand something. It's up to you in how you look at it, the obstacles, because listen, your dream is always going to cost you more than you were originally willing to pay. My big achievers on this call, you know, your dream is always going to cost you more than what you were originally willing to pay. So when that comes up, ladies and gentlemen, how you look at those obstacles, how you look at what it is that's in front of you, how you look at what it is that you're facing, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what the outcome will be, right? So let me move forward. Okay, where do faith and doubt come from? So it isn't the fact that makes you happy or sad, because some of you look at something negative that happened to you and it makes you sad. Anybody have a fact in their life that is just true, and maybe you know about it, well, maybe other people know about it, maybe they don't, but you think about it and immediately it makes you sad? How many guys got something like that? Okay. How many of you, when you think about something that happened to you, when you think about something that stood in your way, when you think about what somebody did to you, how many guys get a little bit sad? Okay, be honest. You can be honest. Let me tell you something, guys, and hear me on this. It's not the fact that you do or don't have money that's going to make you sad. It's not the fact that you are or not the healthiest person in the world that's going to make you sad. It's the focus you place on that fact. It's up to you whether that's positive or negative. Does that make sense? Am I talking too fast? If it makes sense, type of 777. Come on, somebody let me know. Does that actually make sense? Okay, because again, as a developer of people, somebody who's worked with thousands of people, I do need you to know that this is one of the biggest things that stops people. It's the focus they place on the facts, but your attitude is more important than the fact itself. It's not the fact, that what happened to you is going to make you happy or sad. It's the focus that you place on that fact. We act in accordance to the perception that we create. We create the perception. We create reality. Okay? Because perception is reality. How we perceive it, right, is essentially how we're going to act. Okay, so we act in accordance to the perception that we create. Somebody type I am in the chat box. Somebody just type I am. Why do I love the two words I am? They may be the most two powerful words in the English language. Why? Because everything that comes after those words I am goes into creation, right? So I want you guys to just say to yourself, I am the author, right, of my destiny. Okay, I am the creator of my future. I am in control. Okay, those are the kind of things you want to say to yourself. It's up to you, the perception that you create. And you know, it's funny, guys, a lot of people, they hear this and they say, oh, is this just motivational self-talk? Guys, I need you to understand something. The most important conversation that you will ever have is a conversation that you will have with yourself. This is how I've been able to achieve what it is that I've achieved. The great people that I follow, that I look up to, that I learn from, this is how they've been able to achieve what it is that they achieve. Okay? And success leaves clues. So listen, again, let's recap. First, you see it or you hear it with your eyes or your ears. Okay? You see the fact. Then next, ladies and gentlemen, you put a frame around that fact. And you can focus on the positive or negative. You focus on the positive, you're going to create more faith. You focus on the negative, you're going to create more doubt. And belief, ladies and gentlemen, is a traveling salesman. What does that mean? It means it moves from our head to our hearts. It moves from our head to our hearts. Let me tell you guys something. Something bad can happen to you right after this call. Something, God forbid, right, can happen to you negative later on today. But ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you something. Okay, you can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can stop a bird from building a nest in your hair. Am I talking too fast? I need you to understand that I just told you, okay, it's up to you if it goes from your head to your heart. That's up to you. But I do need you to understand that belief, it does travel. It does get bigger. Okay. I need you to understand something. How many guys ever heard if you focus on something bad, that's the worst thing you can do? Why? Because you're going to attract more of it. You're going to make it bigger. You're going to turn a molehill to a mountain. Okay. If you continue to focus on the negative. Okay. Why is that? Okay. Why is that? Well, because the energy, ladies and gentlemen, that you should be using to focus on the positive, you're focusing on the negative. Okay. So I need you to understand something. The feeling in our heart, ladies and gentlemen, is why we do everything. It's our motivation. So watch this. If you follow me here as I wrap up in the next 10 minutes, I need you to know that the feeling in our heart is why we do everything. So if you want to change what it is that you're doing, if you want to change what it is that's happening, okay, you're going to need to change the feeling that's in your heart. If you want to change the productivity of yourself, if you want to change the productivity of a team that you're developing, if you want to change the productivity or decisions of a client that you're working with, a partner you're negotiating with, ladies and gentlemen, you must change the feeling in their hearts. You must create an environment that's going to create a feeling. The feeling is why we work hard. The feeling is why we wake up early. The feeling is why we decide to go out there and go through whatever it is, the rejection, the deception, the apathy, the attrition, whatever it is on the way to your goal. That's going to be the reason, that feeling in your heart, why you decide to persist. It's the reason our children, our significant others, our business partners, they're all driven by this feeling. Okay, so the feeling created will be based upon whether you've manufactured faith or doubt. How many guys are picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, so somebody let me know. Does this make sense? Because again, we're about to wrap this thing up about 7 minutes. I want to make sure everybody gets it. I want to make sure everybody understands. Okay, the feeling created. Again, so number one, you see the fact. Okay, you have taken in the fact through your ear gate or your eye gate or both. Next, you put a frame around that fact. That frame will either, it has a positive side and a negative side to it. It's all about how you look at it. The next thing, You focus on the positive, you're manufacturing faith. You focus on the negative, you are manufacturing doubt. But whatever feeling it is, faith or doubt, that feeling, that belief, because they're both belief, is going to travel to your heart. And that feeling in your heart is going to be what drives you to take action or the lack thereof. Okay. Guys, anticipation versus anxiety. If you've manufactured faith in your heart, faith in your head by focusing on the positive aspect of the fact, then the feeling in your heart will be anticipation. Give you guys an example. How many guys as kids, you were so excited about what it is that it was Christmas Eve, right? And you were so excited about what was under the tree. You were so excited about what it is that you were going to receive. Okay, maybe it's your birthday. Some of y'all don't have birthdays. Y'all got birth weeks. Some of y'all got birth months. Some of you guys got, birth quarters. Some of you guys. Okay, and you get so excited. You begin to anticipate. You begin to get excited. You start preparing, or, if it's the Christmas tree example, you're shaking the presents. Okay, you can't sleep at night. How many guys ever felt that feeling? Yes. Anticipation, yes. Somebody type yes in the chat box if you know what I'm talking about. How many guys knew that you were going to crush that event? You were going to crush that call. You were going to crush, that business presentation, whatever it is. And you began to anticipate what it is that was going to happen. You began to get so excited. You began to get so fired up. Okay. That's called anticipation, y'all. And it's the energy you get when the outcome you expect is desirable to you. But see, on the other side of the token, ladies and gentlemen, if you manufacture doubt in your head by focusing on the negative aspects of the fact, then the feeling in your heart will be anxiety. So this is that feeling that it feels like fear, it seems like fear, but it's really anxiety, because there is no real danger. So then how do we define anxiety? Anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that is undesirable to me. Am I talking too fast? Okay, I want to make sure this makes sense. That's all anxiety is, guys. If it's fear, then it's false evidence appearing real, but it's not real. So I'm hoping that as I give you this information, that again, it's information that goes in and causes a transformation. I hope this is the tool that you needed. I hope this is the call that you needed that empowers you to say, you know what? There's no reason to be afraid. There's no reason to have fear as I approach my goals. There's no reason to have fear as I move forward towards what it is that I want to accomplish. Okay, I hope I've kind of uncovered to you what it is that's happening. It's anxiety, and it's wasting present energy on a future outcome that is undesirable to me. It's the thief of your dreams, ladies and gentlemen. It's what makes us feel powerless and inferior. It's the reason why you won't take action on what you know you need to take action right now. It's the reason that you've been avoiding. How many guys have ever had avoidance behavior? How many guys have ever done a little bit of self-sabotage? Well, there would be no self-sabotage. There would be no avoidance behavior if you manufactured anticipation, if you manufactured faith, as opposed to anxiety and doubt. Okay. The prospects, come on now we talking business. The prospects, the potential clients, right, that tell you no. They have told you no because you have manufactured more anxiety in them than anticipation. If it's making sense, somebody type yes. Okay. Somebody type AOTK in the chat box. Somebody type AOTK if that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Guys, the people in your life who you are trying to influence, you want to get them to do something. Influence is not about pushing. Influence is about pulling. Influence, ladies and gentlemen, is not about forcing. Influence is about compelling. And the way that you create that strong compel, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be through faith. Manufacturing faith, which then turns to anticipation in the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, from anticipation, something special begins to happen. When you begin to create anticipation in people, what it is that you've done is now create power in people. You've created power in yourself. You know why? Because focusing on the outcome we desire gives us faith. Follow me here. The feeling in our heart then gives us the energy of anticipation. Stay with me. The anticipation then creates a function of power in our hands. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, then we cannot help but take action towards our goals. We're not only empowered to take action, but we cannot help but take action towards our goals. Remember, that's that anticipation feeling. That's when you know that you're about to do something that you've always wanted to do. You know that you're about to knock it out the park. You know that you're about to destroy it. You know you're about to go to a whole new level, and you get that feeling. How many guys have had that feeling, right? And you can't sleep. Okay? You can't help but pick up the work that you need to do. You can't help but look for some more work to do. You can't help but go and do everything that you need to do. Take all the action necessary towards your goals. No, ladies and gentlemen, now turns to yes. Clients that told you maybe are now telling you, where do I sign? Okay. People who said, I thought about it, said, hey, I thought about it. And I know that I need to work with you. The key, ladies and gentlemen, is to create the feeling in yourself and other people that causes us to act in our own best interests. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you overcome fear, anxiety, okay, and become more influential. If you got some value from that, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and type an AOTK in the chat box, okay? If you're watching this on YouTube, once again, guys, go ahead and please hit the subscribe button. If you got some value, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. If you're not already inside the Discord server, you can find it in the Ambassadors of the Kingdom Inc. Okay, bio, there's a link and you can click it, or you can ask the person that invited you to this call to give you the link to the Discord server. But guys, the purpose of this right now here today, what we're doing with AOTK, the purpose of it, ladies and gentlemen, is to show people if you practice God's principles, you can participate in his promises. It's to show people God principles and also success principles. It's to empower people to go out there and accomplish everything that God has for them in their life. It's to help them develop into the best version of themselves. And ladies and gentlemen, the best part about it all is it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, okay? And there's gonna be so much more value to come from business mixers, online and offline, okay? From conferences, from retreats that we wanna do. The networking that's beginning to take place already is beautiful. People are waking up every single day in gratitude. People are getting the support system that they are looking for. Okay. It's amazing what it is that is beginning to take place. Okay. And we want to be the support system. We want to get behind you to help you get to where it is that you're going. And we want to develop and deploy ambassadors of the kingdom all across the globe. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's been incredible speaking with you all today. I love each and every single one of you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I will see you back next Saturday. We may even have a special guest speaker for you.